let's go to page 163. This lesson is on the rectangles and squares. Okay, so for rectangle, so this is a quadrilateral, and it's also, in a way, it's like a spatial, it's an isosceles trapezoid. It's also a parallelogram. Notice it gets more and more specific. So rectangle, we have two parallel sides. Okay, so these are parallel, this and these are parallel, and they're also congruent to each other, and also every angle is equal to 90 degrees. Now the square, if it's a square, then it becomes even more specific. Okay, if it's a square, then all four sides are congruent. And from here you can see, kind of notice the refinement, right? So, so you start with a general quadrilateral, and the next one, when two sides are parallel, it's a trapezoid, okay? And when you have two pairs of parallel sides, then it becomes parallelogram, okay? And it becomes more specific. So if all four sides are congruent, okay? So again, this is a parallelogram, but with all four sides are congruent, it becomes a rhombus. And if all four angles are, so this is for all four sides are congruent, it's a rhombus. But if all four angles are congruent, then it's a rectangle. Now, if all four sides are congruent and all four angles are congruent, then it's a square. So if you combine the characteristic of a rectangle and a rhombus together, you get a square. Okay, so it kind of more and more refined. Okay, so let's go over example 12-4. It says find the perimeter of a rectangle. So you're looking for perimeter of the rectangle with area of 40 and a diagonal of length 10. Okay, so first you need to do is you need to look for length and width before you can find the perimeter. So let's go and call this length, width, length, width. Okay. So first, you notice this is a right triangle. So you need to go and find the use the Pythagorean Theorem. So L squared plus W squared equal to 10 squared. And also we know the area. Area is 40, so length times width equal to 40. Okay, so let's go and solve this over here. So when you work these things out, you get L squared plus W squared equal to 100. Okay. And so now you can go ahead and solve this over here. Now, sometimes it's too messy that you don't even need to do, so you can solve it, but it's kind of messy. So another way to do this is that you can look for perimeter directly. So perimeter equal to 2 times L plus W, okay? And this is equal to 2, now you can just leave it up here, 2L plus 2W. Okay, so that's going to keep that in mind right now, and let's just go and solve this already. Okay, so you can just go and do the dividing. Let's go ahead and solve for W. So divide by L. So W equal to 40 over L. So you can substitute. Okay, so go ahead and square it out. So L squared plus 1600 over L squared equal to 100 times by L squared. Okay. And move everything around to make it equal to 0. then you can use the quadratic formula. The factoring is not going to work. Seems like it's not going to work very well. Let's use quadratic formula. Okay, so I'm going to let z equal to L squared. So z squared minus 100z plus 1600 equal to 0. So z equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So z equal to 100 plus or minus square root of 100, okay, minus 6400 over 2. So z equal to 100 plus or minus square root of 3600 over 2. So z equal to 100 plus or minus 60 over 2. Okay, and just continue on. So z equal to 160 over 2 or 40 over 2. So z equal to 80, z equal to 20. Then after you put it back, so you got L squared equal to 80, L squared equal to 20, and then so L equal to square root of 80, so L equal to, okay. So do all this stuff over here. Okay, so you're going to get 4 square root of 5. And L equal to square root of 20. So L equal to 2 square root of 5. Okay. So once you do that, then you can find this over here. Okay. So from here you can, so W equal to 40 over L. So W equal to 40 over 4 square root of 5. So W equal to 40 over 2 square root of 5. And so W equal to, you can cancel, and so you're going to get 2 square root of 5. And this one, W equal to 4 square root of 5. Again, notice that normally which we do is notice they are kind of exchange of each other, right? Okay, so once you do that, then you can find the perimeter. So either set, so perimeter equal to 2 times 4 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5. Okay, so you can then plug with and you times it by 2. So perimeter equal to 12 square root of 5. Okay. So this is more straightforward of doing it. Another way method is kind of you kind of have to do it without solving the L and W. So give you a little bit advantage. Okay. And the way to do it is by doing factoring. The way to do it is once you get over here, L squared plus W squared equal to 100. And you have to do the factoring since this will equal to L plus W squared. So when you square this, right, you have the middle term of 2LW, so you have to minus 2LW to equal to that. Okay? And then you can move this over. So L plus W squared equal to 100 plus 2LW. Okay? And so L plus W squared is equal to 100 plus, now we know that LW is 40, so it would be 2 times 40. So L plus W squared equal to 180. And then from here, you take the square root. So L plus W equal to square root of 180. So the perimeter equal to 2 times L plus W. Okay, so perimeter equal to 2 times square root of 180. And then you simplify that. So perimeter will equal to, so 180, you have to do 290, 245, 3, 15, 3, 5. So this comes out, this comes out. Okay, so you get 2 from here, and you get 2, 3, square root of 5. So perimeter equal to 12 square root of 5. Okay, so either method. So this one is more straightforward, but it takes longer. Okay, this one you have to really know your factoring really well, and you can do a little bit shortcut. So you don't have to solve for L and W individually.